Dina, Ranjeeta, thank you for joining Asia's Developing Future. Can you start by explaining the impact of COVID-19 on green investments and energy markets?
COVID-19, as both a supply shock and a demand shock, has potential to severely disrupt global economic activities, including energy system. In the early few months of COVID-19, there was a sharp decline of imports of solar panel in Japan. So we expect to have this kind of disruption again in future. And so we recommended that diversification of trade is very important. So diversification in terms of different sources of renewable energy and diversification in terms of partners of trade. Both are very important for sustainable supply of energy, especially during COVID-19. Once we have some kind of vaccine or some kind of protection with this, the recovery of the global economy after COVID-19 can be seen as an opportunity to promote green recovery.
What about the role of private financing? Government budgets in Asia and globally are already under increasing pressure due to COVID-19. Will the private sector need to become a larger source of green investments?
Because of this large-scale climate challenges and growing physical constraint by developing countries, the private sector has to get into the picture and they have to put forward their investment strategy. So private investment is becoming more important to facilitate transition of low-carbon economies.
The latest Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report noted that it's very important to mobilize green finance in order to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius in order to prevent catastrophic climate change. They estimated that in order to fully implement the Paris Agreement to meet the climate target, we will need $1.5 trillion in green financing every year till 2030. This financing needs cannot be covered only by government. No country can fully meet all the financing needs using just public sources. So for that, we need private investments.
Yeah, and this investment gap is also causing countries to miss significant opportunity to realize sustainability-related values. And therefore, it's a very good idea to leverage private finance.
How might investments in renewable energy be incentivized?
So government can play a very important role in developing new risk-sharing models and removing barriers to long-term investment. So government has a very important role to play in bringing private sector investment into renewable energy.
I agree with Ranjeeta that it's very important to consider barriers for investments in long-term projects with very high upfront cost. That's what renewable projects are. They have very high upfront cost comparing to the marginal cost. So the largest part of the cost would be the upfront cost. And then it's a very long-term technologies, right? That's what make them long-term projects. So it's very important to reduce barriers for projects with which are long-term and with high upfront cost. Policies which demonstrate government long-term commitment to support renewable energy include feed-in tariffs and loans, because both of them show long-term commitment. However, policies like grants, subsidies, and taxes, they don't require, not necessarily require long-term commitment from governments. So in order to incentivize private investments, I think policies which demonstrate government's long-term commitment are preferred. Although they are more costly, of course, and require long-term commitment, they will be more efficient in incentivizing private investments in renewable energy.
How about the current state of clean energy development and progress toward climate targets in Asia and the Pacific and worldwide? What does your new ADBI E-Learning course tell us with respect to these overarching issues?
There are many climate targets, right? They not only include renewable energy, they might also include, let's say, green buildings, energy efficiency improvement, emission reduction, emission intensity reduction. So some countries, they set up renewable energy targets. And again, they vary because some countries include, let's say, hydropower and some countries exclude hydropower. So the targets among countries they set for even for renewable energy vary according to they might specify specific technology, or they might say overall One of the challenges we are facing in Asia, especially developing Asia, that energy demand is growing very fast. And that's happening due to population growth, due to economic growth, energy access improvements. So we noticed that the energy demand will grow fast in Asia. One of the benefits of promoting renewable energy will be not only going cleaner, but also to improve energy security as alternative source. In Asia, there are some challenges for renewable energy. One of the main challenges could be subsidized energy and controlled price of energy.
Before we wrap up, are there any other comments you'd like to make about your new ADBI E-Learning course, Green Investments, Renewable Energy, and who this course would appeal to?
This course is very important to quickly learn about green energy investment and about private investment in energy.
Professional development is very important for your career. However, now during the COVID-19, it's quite hard to continue. At the end of this course, you will receive a certificate. So I highly recommend to add professional development courses to your CV.
Thank you very much, Dina and Ranjeeta, for your insights and telling us a bit about your new ADBI E-Learning course, Green Investments, Renewable Energy. You can find more details about the course and take it by visiting elearning-adbi.org. An additional note, those learners that complete this and other ADBI E-Learning courses will now earn course completion certificates with a unique user ID to verify the certificate holder and QR code that provides information about the course. Once again, visit elearning-adbi.org for more information about ADBI E-Learning courses led by top experts on critical development topics for Asia and the Pacific.
This has been Asia's Developing Future, brought to you by the Asian Development Bank Institute in Tokyo. See the show notes for the transcript and related material. For more information about us, please visit adbi.org.